I am neither Goku nor Vegeta. I am the man who will defeat you. Of course, you're the result of the two of us using the fusion technique. I'm Vegeta and Kakarot together. Guess that makes me Vegito. A fusion from the fusion technique and a fusion from the Potara earrings. I wonder which is stronger.
We have before us Gogeta versus Vegito. The ultimate matchup of fusion technique versus Potara earrings is about to begin.
Listen, look! Our dad's fusion from the fusion technique is fighting our dad's fusion from the Potara earrings! Whoa, that's awesome, Trunks! I wonder which pair of dads is stronger! The ones that did the fusion technique, I'll bet! Remember when we did it? We were so strong! Yeah! Cool! Sometime soon, let's fuse together and fight our dads! A fusion battle! Sounds like a good fight! That was awesome! You're amazing! Super fast! Where'd you go?
You can handle yourself after all. In the blink of an eye! Fast, real fast. Not too shabby.
I heard once you fuse with the Potara earrings, you can never go back to normal. What? Then you mean that our dads are going to stay a single person forever? Wait, wouldn't that mean you and I would be brothers? Brothers? Whoa! That would mean I get another big brother! Yes! Sure doesn't take much to make you happy. Yeah, that's it! Yeah, that's it!
I guess the fusion may be too strong.
Dude, this is some battle.
How about this? Well, should I start warming up then? In the blink of an eye! that our fused form from the fusion dance was a bit stronger. Your power was unbelievable. But I won't lose the next one. Let's have a rematch right now. Hold your horses! I'm sorry, but my fusion is about to wear off. We won't be able to have a rematch for a while. What a pain. It looks like the Potara transformation is actually the more powerful one. I win by default. Hey now, that's not fair!
Gogeta versus Vegito. The ultimate matchup may never come to a satisfactory conclusion, so long as Gogeta can take a break every now and then, that is.
Alright! I'm Vegeta and Kakarot together. Guess that makes me Vegito. What about you? I am neither Goku nor Vegeta. I am the man who will defeat you. Of course! You're the result of the two of us using the fusion technique. A fusion from the fusion technique and a fusion from the Potara earrings. I wonder which is stronger.
We have before us Gogeta versus Vegito. The ultimate matchup of fusion technique versus Potara earrings is about to begin.
Elder Kai, it's the Potara earrings versus the fusion technique. Which do you think will have the advantage?
You fool! The Potara earrings are sacred. Their effect is much stronger than the fusion technique.
I don't know. The fusion technique isn't something to be taken lightly.
Ah, the fusion technique has a weakness. Its effects wear off after 30 minutes. The Potara earrings have no such weakness. Honestly, you young Kai have much to learn.
What about the fact that you can never return to how you were before? That seems like a bit of a weakness.
Think you can beat me? You're wasting your time. Now I'm captain! I guess the fusion made me too strong. In the blink of an eye! Think you can beat me? You're wasting your time! Take this! Take this! Fast, real fast, not too shabby. In the blink of an eye! What? In the blink of an eye! Looks like you can handle yourself after all. Over here! It seems the Elder was right. The Potara earrings' effects are stronger than those of the fusion technique. Oh, you got me. I've got to admit, the Potara earrings are really something. But you're going to have to stay that way forever. How do you plan on explaining this to Chi-Chi and Bulma? Well, well, you can all be one big happy family. That should be nice, right? I'm not sure they'll go along with that.
In the match between the Potara earrings and the fusion technique, Vegito won. However, the future of Vegito's family life suddenly seemed very uncertain.